Is it too early? Is it too early for some mind-melting rock? I wish I had a radio voice. Instead, I got a face for radio. Good morning, everybody. What up? What up? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy pre-fireworks. Unless you live in Florida, you've been hitting the fireworks for the last 2 weeks. So y'all don't care down here. Y'all don't care for people's sleep. But you guys are super patriotic, so thank you. I salute thee. But yeah, good morning. This is Art to the Round Table. My name is Mello. Today we're going to be doing a redraw. Just because I wanted to be a free form Friday. I'm a bit on the what's the fuel level? I've been going pedal to the metal for the last couple of months. Actually, this all of 2026, and I'm looking forward to kind of like hit and cruise for a second. But I still want to do some drawing. It doesn't mean that I don't want to stay being active and creative. With that said, man, what's up, Saboteur? Good morning. Thank you for that link, or actually for that ad. I'm gonna try to grow me some cojones and look into it, apply to it, do what I gotta do. I might have to start painting a bit more. I want to do some more painting. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, man, thanks, brother. I appreciate you, man. Good morning to you. A little coffee and lead. An episodic number of coffee and lead. But yeah, hey, yo, check out this sassy Catwoman I did. I didn't have much to do the other day. Well, that's a lie. I couldn't stream Wednesday, so I apologize everybody for not being here on Wednesday for the inaugural episode of Workshop Wednesday. But I didn't forget you guys. I shed a tear for not being here. Bars. It's just there's a lot of stuff going on at Casa de Mel, so things that needed to be taken care of, important things that need to be taken care of for Casa de Mel. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Nico. Good morning, Drawing While Talking, DWT. Good morning, you guys. I am so I apologize for Wednesday. That we're gonna pick that up next week. We'll do some figure drawing as best we can. What I really wanted to talk about Wednesday, what I was gonna break down, was exaggerated figures. As you guys may or may not know, I use reference fairly frequently. It's something I've done for a while, either in hands or my figures, or Pinterest images and models and stuff like that. So I was going to talk about exaggerating the figure during a drawing, and I was going to walk you guys through how I did this piece of Iron Man. I didn't do this one on Wednesday. I actually did it yesterday because my days got all mixed up. But let me show you guys the reference I used. I could have just used my homie here, but it's a really cool story behind this. I'm trying to do another collaboration with a professional inker, Chuck Gibson. And while we were having just DM conversations, we was talking about the one that we just finished. Oh, and these are all old, bro. I can't afford anymore. But Ginger Bear mentioned he had a female one, And then he ghosted me. I was like, show me the link. And he ghosted me. So yeah, I wanted to do another piece with Chuck Gibson. I said, it's so cool to be able to draw something and just hand it off and just see how the world brings it back to you. It really is. It's kind of nuts, especially when we're not working together, or we're not doing anything professional. It was just kind of like homies. Hey, grab this and see what you can do with it. So anyway, it's successful. I haven't gotten the return yet of the piece we worked on, but I know it's basically done, and it is what it is. And I thanked them ahead of time, and I said, if there's anything you would, if you want to do something again in the future, you let me know, man. This is dope. So he mentioned that he wanted to do, just in passing, an Iron Man, circa 1980s, in kind of like the vein of the great Bob Layton. Bob Layton, his Iron Man, if you guys Google or go to Pinterest and check out Bob Layton Iron Mans, they is to me, maybe the most iconic and most recognizable and most comic bookish. Right now, you think of Iron Man, you see the whole extremist style suit. Everything's mechanical. It's just an android looking figure. Bob Layton's work had like the muscular arms, the muscular legs with the chest plate with abs, for Pete's sake. So I started digging into some of his stuff to get inspired, so that I can inspire Chuck to do another piece with me. So a little bit of earwigging. So let me show you guys actually the reference I used for this Iron Man. I'll give you guys points if you could figure out. Sad probably already knows because I mentioned it, but if you guys can let me know who you think that is that I used for Tony Stark's. No, the bare arms is really cool. If you guys get a chance, check it out. I don't think I have anything in my persons. I don't think I wanted to pick up, actually, talking to him about it, I wanted to grab an Iron Man, like an Epic collection or an Essentials collection. Doogie said Zorro. That's close. I can dig it. And, but it was too expensive. So I said, no, forget it. So this is the image. This is the model I use. I forget his name. Super duper Mr. Olympia. I think that is it Haney? Is it Ron Haney? I can't remember. So that was my reference for that Iron Man. Because I needed I was gonna walk you guys through how to maintain the form and exaggerate it all at the same time to make it your own. So as you can see, I flipped it. Excuse me. So that was kind of like the flavor that I was gonna introduce for our Wednesdays live, that type of stuff. Looking at a piece of reference or an image and then making it our own, changing it, which, I mean, every artist does it, but I just wanted to show you how I done do it. You know, that's cool. The Marvel Comics app. I might have to Google it. I have so many. I think Sab and I are very old school in the sense that we would prefer the tactile feel of a comic or even a collection. Like even this newsprint, it kind of degrades some of the quality, but man, it's the closest thing I'm ever going to get to this era's like an artist edition. And you better believe I read all of this within a week. I just kind of poured over it. Anyway, what was I going to say? So yeah, that's what I did with him. No other guesses for the face? Here, I'll show you the face. He was used before. Oh, I don't have it here. Boop, boop, boop. How embarrassing. Oh, yes, I do. There it is. Yes, I know. Also, no. Tweet. This guy. This was my model for Tony Stark's. Tim the Adult. The Adult. And if you guys are nerds, you will remember. I know it's grayscale, but if you look at that jacket, you guys might recall what movie that's from. No, I hear you. I hear you drawing while talking. If I can read them, if I can stand in the library and read them all, you know I would. And guys, really, there are some great programs, library programs. Which I really... yeah, that does look like the armor of Thor. I believe it's a vest and a suit. I believe that is him in the movie Flash Gordon. Anyway, I need to work on the face a bit. I gave him his nose a little bit too Spanish, but I was just messing around. I might have to just tweak it, move everything up a little bit, narrow it down, and we got the adult. The one thing that I've always struggled with when it comes to drawing and correcting my mistakes, I usually just draw over the line I erased. You guys ever do that? You guys ever do that? Like your mind can't get away from that line you just created, even if you erased it. So hopefully it'll let me do it, but it's not. If not, I'm cool with it. I have the references there. If I really wanted to make it look like it, I'll do the grid again. But it was really cool to just kind of like fart this out, and you know how it is. You guys know what it is to be farting it out. So that was that. That was going to be the gist of Wednesdays, and I'm just happy to show you guys what it is. Okay, so give me a second. Pow. That's the one. So yesterday, so that I did that one Thursday because my Wednesday got messed up. On Wednesday, what I ended up doing was this Catwoman. Now this Catwoman, I hate this thing. Plus, I picked the wrong number. This one. Boop, boop, and it's huge. All right, give me a second. I'm sorry. I didn't expect it to reset. This is exciting. Boop. I did these a couple months ago, actually. I think in December and January, maybe both of them in December. I can't really see the date on that screen. Anyway, I'm gonna put this here, even though. Bap. So, yeah, I don't understand why I cannot do that. I'm glad I'm not alone. What can you do? I sorry if I missed it. Oh man, a Dark Knight edition. Yeah, I knew about that. I do prefer tactile. Yes, Jack looks like armored from Thor. I don't understand why I can't not do. Oh, the when you're erasing your lines. Yeah, ain't that weird? Your mind's like, no, I put it there. Leave it there. Leave it. So, this is something that I've done before. I'll redraw something, but I rarely redraw the same piece over. There's something about me that has found it difficult and very uninteresting to redraw the same image. And it's something that I really need to get out of my head, because I'm going to have to be doing that more often when doing sequential artwork, either in faces or in bodies or in poses or whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. And I couldn't find the original pose of the lady in this. It's probably, I think I know where. I just couldn't find the exact one. Thanks. I'd love to tour. Thank you. I appreciate you. Welcome and happy Friday. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the heart and the hundos and the party poppers, man. We're celebrating this Friday. It's low-key Friday. Freeform Friday. Here in the States, we're going to celebrate our Independence Day tomorrow with some whiz bangers and flim flammers and some popo magnets. If you know, you know. So, yes. And if it's available, you can click the link that I have pinned there. And you can check out. I think my mouse is dying. All right, hold on. I'm gonna do something real quick, and then I'm gonna give you the old man rant. I'm gonna shake my fist at the clouds. Pin to message. Why Apple? Why'd you put my charging port there? Can you go kick rocks? Can somebody tell your boy at Apple? That's dumb. And MacBookers? That's dumb. That's super dumb. Here is fine. Here is fine. Shoot. Here is fine. Not fine. Not fine. Not fine. Shame on you. Shame. So now I know I gotta charge my phone. I mean my thing. Dude. It makes me yearn for the old school mouse and with the tail on it. Like, get out of here with that. I also don't like redrawing the exact same thing. Usually we'll try the same with a different pose. Yes, that's different. Same character, different pose. I can do that all day. That's something that you guys see my work. My work kind of like is a revolution. You'll see a Batman soon enough. You'll see a Superman again soon enough, and a Spider-Man and so on, and a Wolverine soon enough. That's just how things happen, right? But rarely do I draw the same image to try to refine it or tighten it or whatever. But I wanted to do it with this. And I wanted to add to it. I wanted to expand to it. They did it to make it take a break. Yeah, take it and break it. More like it. So yeah, that's the old image. I did this in ballpoint pen and white acrylic or white gel roll for the highlight. Probably even in the last 6 months ago, 7 months ago, I can't see the date on it. It's not bad. I changed the belt to make it more tactical. I added more pouches. You gotta add more pouches. 90s kids, 90s comics fans, you gotta add the pouches. And then I added Schmetz. Mr. Schmetz, man. And it's all in pencil. Ton of graphite and some blue pencil there. All of these I'm going to end up scanning. I've done so much of these pencils lately that I haven't moved any further. The only painting I've done was my Galactus. Yeah, I'll show you guys real quick. I'm doing the narrative video for this. Ooh, your boy skipped breakfast. His guts letting him know. This is I didn't do this on live stream. I wanted to record it separately and create a narrative video and talk to you guys about the difficulties and the challenges of drawing something with this amount of detail on a canvas. Thank you, John, while talking. I really appreciate that. I really wanted to push the background, and it's still super rudimentary, so I appreciate you saw the effort I was trying to put in there. Thanks. And it was stuff that I kind of learned from here, the suggestiveness of distant detail, that I was able to transplant it and move it to my Catwoman and Batman. So anyway, this is the last thing I painted. I'm going to talk about the challenges of pencils and graphite. Because I have another Galactus image in mind. And it's actually one that I've done before. This one. So I want to take this drawing, this ink drawing, and redo it in one of my biggest canvases, which is 18 by 24. But now that I'm looking at it, I might keep it black and white. I don't know what to do, really. I just want to do it. And one of the things I talk about that I've already put together for my video is how each painting teaches me something new for the next one. It's always a learning process. So there's going to be a lot of dark edges, a lot of highlights. I like the contrast here. Some crackle. You got to have the crackle. So yes, that was Mysterio, which I didn't like. Today's the anniversary of this image from 2 years ago. This is the first time I used the Arteza gouache. It's such a weird feeling. It feels like suede. I don't like that face. I was using in Pinterest, there's a figurine, not a figurine, a model, a sculpture. I don't know, what would you call them? A sculpted figure. You know how you can, what do they call it? A display? You guys gotta help me. And Mysterio. I do not like the way I made the smoke. It just looked like cotton. I had a better looking face. So, this is when early 2 years ago, when my color choice and color mixing for my pieces was very, very, very novice. Green was green, different types of green. It's very flat. I can't wait to do him again, to do this one over. Yeah. Hey, you see, it's not my first Mr. Freeze. But you can just kind of tell how unsure I was. Just very washed out. It's my version of Frankenstein. My homage and swipe of Jim Lee. I think it's issue number 3 when they're playing basketball. My homage to Ed Piskor. Shortly after he passed away, I have his hip hop family tree, and I was doing a lot of that stuff. Do I mean wax? No, when I said it felt like suede, no, there's a weird feeling. There's a weird texture. And maybe I do mean wax. No, but it feels thicker than wax. Okay, it didn't even blend right. You see the shine on that? Speaking of wax, there's a wax protectant over these inks. If I was to spill a little bit of water, it would bead right off and no damage, no harm, no foul. This is taken right from Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 1 from their, I have the artist edition. Sorry. I have the artist edition of that Turtles book. It's so cool. You get to see the actual rough pencils, the refined pencils, the inks, and then the wash. They used dual tone paper, where one chemical provides one shade. On the same paper, a different chemical provides a darker shade. It's really cool, the stuff they were able to do. And of course, see, I told you, it was only a matter of time. A Wolverine. All right, so that was the Catwoman redo, and I want to do where's my mouse, man? So I'm gonna redo this. Where are you, man? This is really annoying. I want to do that Batgirl. This is another piece. I don't have these pieces anymore either. I actually gave them away. Someone at my Ko-fi shop bought all of my he bought 3 of my pieces at the same time. My Raphael in grayscale, my Lobo in grayscale. There was something else they bought. I felt they bought 3 things. Anyway, they bought it and I'm like, that's what's up. And I threw in that Batgirl and Catwoman because they were drawn on the same board. That board there is one and the same, and I just flipped it. One side has that brown layer, and I don't know. Those were really inexpensive artboard that came in like a one of those all-in-one art packages that has pencils, some cheap pencils, some cheap markers, and it had some of this. So it was great for ballpoint pen. So I threw it in for them. So I'm going to redo that Batgirl because there's certain things about it that I do not. I like it and I don't like it. The pose is fine. She's landing. She's ready to kick some cheeks, to beat people up. So that's what I wanna. I wanna try to redo it. I don't know if I'm gonna embellish it as much as I did the Catwoman. Are there any things in blank? I've been trying to mess around with some of these comic book pages. But I was unsuccessful this morning. I had some tech gremlins messing with me this morning. All right, let me make some space, y'all. And in case you guys forgot, you got your Supergirl. I don't think you guys seen what I added. I just simply added more of the cape. I think it gives a better visual balance, allowing your eye to actually travel across the page like an S. symbolizing Supergirl. What else I got? You guys seen the Giggler? The Giggler. Is that a hair? Oh, it is. It's a bristle. Silver Surfer. I think these, I want to ink right over them. These two, I've been jonesing to ink them right on the page. No scan and print. Just do it. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe we can do a inking workshop. All right, that's it. Enough yapping. I'm gonna use this one. So let's get some rough. It really is an inconvenience for my mouse not to move the way I want it to. Which one is that? Image number 1? You guys want to actually see it? There you go. If you guys are wondering, this is going to be the drawing that I am going to redraw. I'm going to put it over here on the side. Out of the way. I don't know if I should put it on the top or the bottom. I'll put it there. It shouldn't be a problem. Do you volunteer work with Artwa? And they do monthly challenges. In July, they're doing a challenge of redrawing your old. I do not. Look at that. I'm already ahead of the game. I do not, man. That's actually really cool. I need to find more community groups like that. I feel there's a weird feeling of being alone and feeling alone in this studio of mine. All right, let me just scooch things over and make sure nothing's gonna crash on me. Quit. Save. I've been trying to tweak my comic pages, my AOTRT Roundtable Comics templates, but not every page is built the same, so I'm having a hard time getting my my edges right. So that's what all this is about. All right, man, shut it down. Okay. Sorry, I'm just closing out windows. I don't want any issues with streaming. I don't want any issues. Not today. Not today. All right. Let's do it. So that's my reference. Let's knock it out. I'm not going to change much. Just like the Catwoman, I'm going to just try to follow my old lines as best as I can. It's a pretty simple design anyway. But I might just make it bigger. Use up the page here. All right. So what you guys looking here, I have the same image on my screen in front of me. It makes it easier to copy my old work. I can't remember. I must have gotten them in a pack or something, or they were close to each other for me to be able to draw them when I did. Even still, I'm gonna use all the things that I use in my regular drawings, like how I measure. I know I've showed you guys before, and this may not be the right way to do it, but it's a way that I do it to get my measurements in quickly. Let me move this over. Scooch. So I go by the Marvel method of using the and I don't think it originated with Marvel. It's easier to communicate with like-minded comic goobers when I mention that. They already have an idea. So using the head as a unit of measure. So that is my head, that is my unit of measure. So what I do is I put my middle finger on the crown or near it, and I use the tip of the pencil to the bottom of the chin, and then I move down using my finger to mark where the heads would be. And it's fairly accurate. It's not 100%. You could also do that. You could do the old pinch and measure that way. And it's definitely not accurate, but it gives you, maybe we should do that instead. Let's do that instead. It gives you a quick measurement. If you're in a rush or you just want to get stuff on paper, get your idea down. Talking while drawing, ask if I went straight with the ballpoint pen on that reference. No pencils or anything, is straight ballpoint. Maybe I'll link the shorts. I'll link my shorts when I did it. It's the only thing. I don't think I recorded anything else. All right. And here I'm trying to draw it using it as a reference. So I'm treating it as if I haven't seen it before. That might be the only way. If you're going to do something like this where you redraw your old stuff, you almost have to trick your mind into thinking that you've never done it before. And that's your first time, and then you're going to go and use it as reference. I think I might exaggerate the line a bit more, get a little bit more sensual on a Friday. So I'm going to arch the gesture line a bit more. And if you guys are new goobers and you don't know, if you don't know or unaware about terminology or anything I'm using, ask me and I'll make it up. That is the gesture line, right? To me, it's kind of like the spine line, the line where all other things will be attached to. And it's usually dead center. So for this guy here, it's pretty straightforward where that is, and you can, using your imagination, create that line and then see if you can fit the form within that guideline that you created, that gesture line. That, oh no, oh that's not bad. Little peg leg pirate. What was the pirate from The Simpsons? Arg, leg. Our pets' heads are falling off. So I know that that's mid breastplate right there. That means the neck or the collarbone is going to be here, or the back of the collarbone. She is kind of like stretched forward. I have a very limited understanding of 3D modeling and animation, and from school 20 years ago. So my forms, when I build my forms, is kind of like the only thing that retained, that I was able to retain. But it's not. Everybody has a different method of doing the same thing. Some you guys, some artists, some gals will use the ribcage method, the boxy undies, or just a square for the midsection. So, and because I use a lot of my toys, I see a lot of it in 3D space. So, can I tell you guys, even with that very, very limited amount of 3D modeling and a bit of animation, I could not understand the sack the sack method of animation. You guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll try to explain it. But the even though it's not a sack, the best way to understand that type of modeling and animation is, you old heads, do you guys remember the magic carpet from the Disney movie Aladdin? How it had all of this expressive nature and fluidity, and all it had was about 4 major points for the animators. The edges for the hands and the feet, but it was that the basic structure of that would have been a sack or a bag of rice or whatever it is. I think this she's gonna be a bit fuller. More buckles. I'm amazed of these artists that can basically skewer the body and be so misproportioned and so erratic and expressive and still make it look real. It's probably one of the things that prevents me from kind of like going bananas. Not that I'm a pure realist artist, but my mind wants to make sense of it. Besides comic books, when I went to school for that for a little bit of time, one of the best things that the art courses taught us was the human figure. Well, they really didn't teach us the human figure, but because you end up working with modeling and stuff like that, you need the correct basics of it. before you can skewer it, before you can get creative. It still has to have, no matter what it is, it still has to have a correct bone or membrane. You guys know what I'm talking about. So it was something that fought me, and still does. I want to be as open and creative when it comes to my figures, and not worry too much about realism. Because I want expressiveness, but there's always something that fights me that goes, no, it's not realistic. That's I'm a guy that draws superheroes all the time, and I'm fighting to be realistic. It's doesn't always make for smooth goings. But yeah, man, that's it, really. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys have safe plans for the weekend. I got none plans, and I am okay with it. I usually get a ton of fireworks. I have not done that this year. I'm just gonna let let the neighborhood regale us. I don't know if I'll be able to capture the same energy, but that's okay. I might make him more angry. The character that I really want to draw is Terry McGinnis of Batman Beyond. It's such a simple design. He just looks super cool. Super cool. You know who else I haven't drawn? I haven't drawn Batwoman. Batwoman. I don't know. Is there two of them? Is one that was deaf, I think, or mute, or both, and her face was covered and it had like red stitching, and then they had several, so they just keep coming out of the woodwork. I hope you guys can't pick up my guts growling. That is hilarious. I'm gonna have to ask Drum while talking to snatch me up some breakfast while he's out there. twice where I'm setting myself up to kind of struggle here with these up angled shots of the face. Probably one of the hardest angles to do any male or female. The upshot. If I was to give any type of advice, it would be just to try to imagine the shape, the basic shape of it in 3D space and see if you can see it. I don't even know how to explain that. Like for what I just did with the nose, you guys can't really see it, but I know the nose. I know the nose goes something like this. I'm going to go with a darker pencil. Can you guys see that? Wow, talk about drawing really small, right? I know that's kind of like the rudimentary shape of the nose. I know in 3D space, it'll look something like that. Something like that. But that's the front and the side. I have to then try to look at that and imagine what it would look like. Oopsies. From underneath. So what's that? The bulbous part, the nostril, and the holes. Something like that, right? We could all agree. Gonna put this in 3D space. That's very, very rough underneath. So I'm trying to imagine this shape in its basic form. That weird little box is what I'm trying to imagine underneath here. And then if I can figure out the correct size and shape, then I can kind of like cheat my details in there. Give us some lips. That probably won't stay that way, but I think that one of the mistakes that artists do is draw the mouth too small, because we're trying to fit everything in our minds. Like, well, the lips ain't, the mouth ain't that big, this, that, and the other. Make them a little bit bigger, almost incorrectly. And if it looks really bad, then you'll know you gotta shrink it. But once you go small, it begins to start looking really weird because it'll look right. That doesn't even, it looks weird because it looks right. But what do I know? The good thing about redrawing this is that even the original piece that I did, it was kind of just like a very quick study. It was more a showcase for the ballpoint pen work than it was for the artwork, so I don't have to adhere too much to it, but I am going to use it as my form. Hopefully I don't make the same mistake and make her arm as short as I did. Ribs, guts. You have to imagine everything and draw through it. If it looks off, just draw through it. Imagine what it would look like in 3D space up around the shape. No, that's too big, that's too small. Then you can start making your adjustments. There was even a way, I think it was from the collarbone. So if your collarbone is here, there's a way to find where the correct placement for the breastises. It's probably the spot where most guys get a bit disrespectful and unrealistic. The hip bone, if you don't know, just looks in art form, looks like just a big old dump truck back here. Also, guys and gals, I want to start going through this book. They say it is the last book you'll ever need. I don't know if that's accurate, but it does have some great... Did I stop anything? Did I ruin anything? Nope. It has some really good references and models and exercises. Unfortunately for me, the whole thing is in Chinese, I believe. Yes. But I'm a visual learner, so maybe that's something that we can all visually learn and go through together. When the dude said that my knees with my Silver Surfers had some thunder thighs, I went and looked in here to see if I can correct them. But yeah, it shows great practices in 3D space. Here, let me see if I can zoom in. Anyway, you know what? You guys get it. And perspective heads. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, he uses 6 heads in perspective. But yeah, I mean, the foot for you freaks out there, for your Friday feet freaks, it's gonna cost you extra. I got several of these blue pencils, so as soon as one gets a bit dull, I'll set it to the side. This one's still good, so I'm going to use that for some shading. She's going to come out of the page here. I really am beginning to enjoy drawing with these comic grids. These grid lines, these inch grid lines, if I was using proper reference, like if I had my reference on like a page, it may help. It would definitely help. But what am I thinking about here? What I do appreciate it does help me keep myself in a compositional frame, even though I just went super far out of the frame here. But this is for me. Who cares? I'm not going to change much. The same shadowing and composition is going to remain, so. I'm just following this line from her arm across her chest so that I can do the bat symbol. I don't know if I want to keep that arm the same way. Like propped on her thigh. I may change that. I gotta look at her suit. Like, I don't remember. It never happens to you guys. You know a character so much and you've seen him so often but you still don't know the full. Your mind will add details that aren't there. Then you look at it. I swear, the gauntlets were bigger or smaller. I swear it was kind of like folded, or the stitching, or it looked like a swashbuckler's glove. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Capes, man. I hate capes. I think the Bruce Timm Barbara Gordon has shorter hair. But who cares? We're embellishing. We're going to do whatever we want. But I really want to emphasize that motion. Do you guys remember the Batgirl movie that they were doing, and then last minute just kind of like scrapped it? Do you think that movie would have been as bad as Madam Web? I'm gonna say something. I went to the movies for Madam Web, and I regret every second of it. I did it for y'all. If you haven't seen it, don't. Please don't. But I did it for you. I don't know why. It's not like if I was a Sydney Sweeney fan or even a Dakota what's her name fan. What's her name? Dakota Johnson. I have no idea why I went. I don't know why my wife and I went. Was that a movie, a Valentine's Day movie? Ugh. I can't recall. I can recall how terrible it was. How hilariously funny, unintentionally funny it was. Was straight trash. Best part of it was that dude, I forget his name, great actor from Severance. Severance? No. Yeah, Severance. He was Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben's. But oh brother, that movie sucked. What a freaking shame. What a freaking shame. You know who reminded me that I saw it? My oldest son. And I think he reminded me, kind of like as a dig. I can't remember what movie I was talking about that he liked, that I called trash, and he was like, "You went to see Madam Web," and it was such a blow. It was such a low blow, but he earned it. My son and I would have these rando arguments, not even arguments, but like these competitional arguments of figuring out what's the worst thing about something, and then we'll just keep upping it, like worst comic book movies, or worst movie period, or worst movie with a specific actor, and so on and so forth. Hey, that's cool. No, man, that movie was trash. The we would do it with music. The thing with that movie was that all the cool things, or all the best pieces of it, were shown in the trailer. So then the trailer's 3 minutes, 2 minutes or so. That meant that 90 minutes, the rest of that runtime, was pretty bad. But it felt like there was a lot of chefs in the kitchen. Everybody wanted to have their idea. Everybody wanted to throw in their spice in the soup, and then it just became, what do you guys name it? I have not seen the Batman Beyond Year One on YouTube. I might have to check it out. But in the hierarchy of comic book stinkers, And there are a few, some recent, but that one being one of them. That or Holly Berry Catwoman. Did they both win Razzies? Razzies, you guys know what the Razzies are? Like for the worst movies. It's like the other Oscars. I think I'm gonna give her 2. Did I give her 2? I gave her 3 on that one. I don't care. Nobody cares. Also, do we care about the suits in these comic book movies? Are they becoming too stitchy? Are we beyond? We never really got the spandex look except for Christopher Reeve's Superman. I want to go and use this side of my I gave it too much of a dump truck. Because Batman, if Superman came out, that was the only movie that did the spandex style, right? The true comic book look. Soon after, what, 10 years later? Because Superman came out in 77, 78? And Batman came out, and it was just full foam rubber, body molds, which just became the norm ever since. And kind of like made into perfection with the Watchmen movies. Which, because that movie was kind of like set in the 80s, it made sense that they all had the foam rubber. Iron Man 3 we put on that list. I liked when I first saw, we watched it last night and didn't enjoy the film. Yes, Iron Man 3 felt kind of like Iron Man 3 felt contractually obligated to be made. And they totally fumbled on the Mandarin. Fumbled it, and then had the nerve to kind of like not pretend it didn't happen, but kind of like dismiss it. And I wish that Tony Lowe, I think that's his name, the actor that played the Mandarin in Chang-Chi. He's so good. I'm such a fan of his. If I can remember. I'm such a fan. I can't remember if I'm saying his name right. Best description, Iron Man 3, we're contractually obligated. This summer. I hate capes. Have I mentioned that? Just, I don't know why. Edna mode. She said it. No capes. I'm just exaggerating her shadow. Well, the original, yeah. So the comic book Mandarin, unfortunately, is very racist. And I don't mean to laugh at it like that, but he was a caricature of Asian mysticism, and he was very much modeled after Chu Man Fu, which is a ginormous racist figure. And same thing, the Asian mysticism, which it could be done right. It doesn't have to be a caricature. None of it really does. I didn't even mind that they changed him to Ben Kingsley. I think Ben Kingsley's character was super mysterious, and if it remained that way, but then to make Killian, I think that was his name, but he said it kind of when he claimed himself to be the Mandarin. I think it was more in a line of frustration with Tony, not taking him seriously. So not only does he take responsibility for manufacturing a fake villain, he then go ahead and takes the name of that villain. So it is what it is. Caleb, what's happening? They call me Mellow Yellow. Dude, I'm so corny. When I was young, I used to buy Mellow Yellow and remove the yellow, the naming, the label, Mellow Yellow label. I used to tear off the yellow. We can keep that in shadow. Most of this is in shadow anyway. All right, here we go. Wait for it, wait for it. Caleb, we just chilling today, brother. It is a freeform Friday. I'm just redrawing that Batgirl that I did 6 months ago, I think. I don't know if it's improved. But we're over here. We're talking about trash movies that my friend likes. No, I'm kidding. Really bad comic book movies. And Madam Web was one of them. That was my choice, even though he's kind of a fan. And you may have wrote fan fiction. Is that right? Talking while drawing. There's something on my table that is scraping. Tanks. Yeah. How you doing, Link? Yeah, the landing is definitely more solid. Move it over here. It's definitely more solid. That's what the benefit of time, right? Taking a little bit more time. Even though I am kind of like breezing by this one also. I mean, it's weird because even though I did that piece 6 months ago, there's still kind of a muscle memory attached to it. And it's not such a unique pose that it hasn't been done before or seen before. But she does look like there's more action, like she's not just landing, but about to spring back out into the fray. So, Link, I know you just arrived. Caleb, you just arrived. I was talking and asking about if anyone remembers the Batgirl movie that was filmed and completed and then unceremoniously canceled and pulled, and then just put into the shelves, never to be shown, produced, or whatever. It was done. And I guess because they didn't have any confidence in it, whatever was the case, I can't remember too much of the story. And then I say, would it have been worse than Madam Web or even the Catwoman movie with Halle Berry? Ah, that's cool. So it inspired something a lot bigger. See, that's what's up, man. Shoot. Love that, man. Love that. Whenever I would try to do not necessarily fan fiction or kind of like just extended hero fiction, Batman story or Spider-Man. I had a Spider-Man idea that caused him to stop fighting crime. It was very tragic. I don't know why, writing and putting our heroes into extremely tragic and very emotionally damaging events. And in my particular story, but I could only come up with either the event and never really the follow-up. So that's something that I am working on. And I'll share this one because I don't think I'm ever going to do it. It would have been Peter Parker, Spider-Man's, rescuing a group of hostages from Mysterio. And Mysterio has gotten so good at his illusions that Spider-Man wasn't able to basically navigate the issue. So he enters where the hostages would be, Spider-Man would be, to confront Mysterio. And in that room, the hostages would have appeared dead. And Peter Parker, Spider-Man's, would lose it. One, he felt like he failed them. Two, there's so many, and what he appears to see is dead civilians. He's losing his mind. Pretty pissed off about it. And of course, Mysterio is relishing it. Well, Spider-Man loses it, snaps, and takes Mysterio's life by suffocating him inside his glass helmet with webbing. Now, as Mysterio is dying and trying to plead, the illusion dissipates, and the survivors, the hostages, are actually alive and now are horrified. Because what they saw was Spider-Man go in there and ignore them, thinking they were dead. What they saw was in real time, that he probably calling out for him, like that type of stuff. And then saw him take his life. So that was going to be the intro to my story. That was going to catapult up from there. Pending? No. It was just one of those ideas, and I even tried to come up with like a small storyboard or something like that, and it just never was able to. This was years ago. This was a long time ago. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on, let me go back here. So Link says, no, what year was that? I went many years without watching TV or movies, unless it was super popular. I never saw the Halle Berry movie. Don't do it. Or whatever new version they made. Don't do it. Don't do it. You've been warned. It's bad. It's really bad. It's really hard to describe how bad it is, and it's really difficult to go to not just be mad about it. The Catwoman movie. Because you go, who wrote this? Is there no one that reads a book or understands? It doesn't have to be rehashing of old things, but brother, que porquería. Not my Mysterio. Yeah, man, so I had an original idea for a story years ago. I might have some actual drawings still of the main character. It was just a lot of stuff that I used to try to convince myself I can do, and write was one of them. And I always wanted to put my characters, my heroes, in really, really messed up situations. Messed up situations, and make heroes of the unexpected, and make villains of the unexpected. But I was never very good at, I could do A, right? I can come up with an idea, a story or whatever. So that's my A. And I go, ooh, I know how to end it. That's my C. The B part, the story, the from A to B, the A to B to C, is where it really was like, okay. I really don't know what the heck I'm doing. But that's on me. I should have just tried it anyway. Bad dialogue and situations and all. That's how you learn. So that's why this this thing I'm writing, it originally started out as a 6-page kind of like a treatment and a project. Story was set, and I'm like, okay, I don't even need dialogue. So that's going to be the challenge. 6 pages of revenge and redemption, no dialogue. I got this. And then as I started writing and expanding it, it has now become a 200-page just I wouldn't call it an epic, but one heck of a story about the path we're on and how our decisions are based on just weird places that we are. The path of a hero that can turn into a villain, the path of a liar that needs to tell the truth, the path of a person that continues to do the right thing but loses. Maybe not loses in battle, but loses the ones they continue to lose, the ones they love. That type of stuff. I said to you guys how much I hate capes. Same problem. I plan the overall thing, temp poles, yeah, all the in between stuff. Yep, why I never finished it. Yeah, I had a story. And in my mind, I was like, it's gonna be a 5-year arc. I already know what I'm gonna do. Time jumps, heroes, villains. I even have I didn't even finish it, and I'm like, I even have if I had the words, a spin-off for the future. I would have loved Angela Bassett as Storm. I would have loved Amon as Storm. And Angela Bassett. Yeah, the collective groan of, ugh, you know what happens to a toad when it gets struck by lightning? I'm like, oh, okay, alright. Same thing that happens to everything else. Ugh. You know how I would have died? When she would have, if I was Toad in that scene, all she would have heard was the hardest, like, and then died. Not like this. You freaking kidding me? Wow. And then just struck. Nobody said, hey, Storm, dear. That's not how that works. That was trash. Good job, though. I can't remember. I know I'm a nerd. I watch movies with the commentary, with like the director's commentary or whatever. Sometimes I used to. I don't do it anymore. They don't even do that anymore. I don't think any one of the writers or producers wanted to take credit for that line. I don't think any of them did. They blamed somebody. Scream for me. I didn't appreciate that that Sabretooth. We want so much. I didn't appreciate that Sabretooth, and then When they went full tilt with Liv Schreiber for his version of Sabretooth, I was still kind of like half and half, like, well, okay. But I love Liv Schreiber. He's an amazing actor. So I'm like, I'll take it. And the inside is that. Lighting here. I think we could do some line art. HB. I want to go darker already. Wait a minute, Joss Whedon did rewrites? I thought it was David Hayter. Got all these pencils. Which one am I going to use again? 3B? Do I want to go that dark? 2H. Sorry about that. Uncredited. Yeah, well. That guy. I'm running out of the... Joss Whedon. I know he did rewrites for Alien Resurrection. Was that it? Yeah. With Winona Ryder. Oh man. Is there nothing more unsatisfying than a sharp pencil tip breaking? And it doesn't that just hurt you in your innards, man? I hate it. I don't know. I think I might ink this. I've been wanting to do some inking, especially with the Supergirl and the... What did I do? Supergirl and Silver Surfer that I did recently. I was drawing those, and I think, and now I kind of understand why. I kind of put myself in the position of an artist, of a penciler, being considerate to his inker, which I don't do, because I'm both things. I don't really do myself any favors when I ink, when I draw. Like, I'll smudge and smear, and I'll build my tones that way with the smudging. But lately, I've been trying to draw a bit tighter, as if I was going to have someone ink the pieces for me. So I've been looking at them going, I think I want to ink that. So I think in that regard it was successful. I think I'm just going to ink these. I may not even do I may not even scan these. That's a lie. I'm going to scan them. I go through these phases of creative phases where I just want to draw, or I just want to ink, or I just want to paint. And I've been kind of like in a weird in between And I think there's for fear of being stagnant, or the fear of becoming stagnant, but that's almost impossible. I'm doing way too much. I really am trying to make up for a ton of lost time, and I need to be careful. I'm not necessarily running on empty, but your boy's tired. No, nothing very exciting for the 4th. Just barbecuing and jumping in the pool if it's hot enough. But no, honestly, you guys want to hear something really lame? I might clean out my French drains. How's that for exciting? For Independence Day, do something French. But I think, no, I'm just chilling. My son works, so we have to wait for him to come home. And I think we're just going to barbecue, enjoy the weather. You know how it is down south, brother. They've been hitting us up with the fireworks for days already. We're going to enjoy the whiz bangers and flim flams. And that's it. The popo magnets. But no, I don't think so. And I think we're cool with that. We could use a good rest, honestly, at Casa de Mel. It's been such an amazing year. My daughter graduating, my boys doing their thing. You know, this channel is doing what it's supposed to do. I'm so proud of what's happening here, and I'm so proud of meeting all of you guys. And I think that the sitting back with a cool lemonade, and just kind of like embracing it is what's in store for me. And freaking French drains before hurricane season. Oh yeah, proud is not the least. It's like the most common word that can describe me about my little ones. My oldest is in his 30s, and my youngest are my twins. Oh man, they're gonna be 22, I think. And they still like me. That is that's the best thing. That they still like me. $98 for you. It's actually really cool right now, brother. It's $86 for me right now. It looks like something's coming. which is why I need to go clean out those dang French drains. But it's been really good. The last couple of days, maybe last week, were unbearable. Unbearable. Not as bad as it was back home. I'm originally from Massachusetts, from Boston. You may not have noticed that because I enunciate. I say car. When I'm looking for my khakis, it's the pants. It's a dry heat. Yeah, man. And it's July, so this is kind of like the yo, Florida gets freaking hot. I always saw it as, it's hot, it'll be fine, I'll be fine. It's freaking hot. I've never felt this type of heat. It's not real. It is not real. When we first moved down here, the year we moved down here, we actually moved down the end of June, a few years back. No, I don't like those lines. We had a pod. We had all our stuff in the pod, front of the house, and we were still moving stuff out into the house. We couldn't go into the pod because those days the temperature reached, it'd be like a 90, which is okay, I guess. But the pod inside that metal oven, over 100 degrees, and we had to get our stuff because things were melting. And what I would do, because I'm a bad dad, when my boys would get in my way, I would push them. I'll kind of nudge them onto the sides of the of the container, and you could almost hear the meat sizzling. It still makes me laugh. Quit it! They'd be so pissed off. Where are we? Man, I got about 10 minutes. I'm glad you guys are hanging out with me. I won't be doing a double stream today. Let you guys enjoy the beginning of this weekend. If you're from the States, enjoy and have a safe 4th of July. Everybody else have a fantastic weekend. And I'll see you guys on Monday. And like I said, when on these Wednesday workshops, if there's anything you guys are interested, something that I've done and you guys want me to explain a bit more and expand on it, leave it in a comment. Leave it in a comment here, and we'll go from there. I've been doing a lot of figure drawing, so I'm going to continue doing some of the figure stuff, and I want to expand, so I want to do more, maybe longer or demonstrations on painting, inking, penciling, whatever it is that where we are led creatively is what we're going to do. Well, that's going to be fantastic. Oh, it's the dry heat. That's awesome. R.I.P. Bill Paxton, because I every time I hear that expression or say it, it's because of his character in Aliens. But yeah, B, have a safe. Please come back with all your fingers. So that we can keep drawing together. Poor boys. Nah, man, they earned it. They earned it. But it should be good. It should be good. I'll keep that. Even though I'm not going to see these lines in the inside, it still helps me keep the character's shape in mind when I'm doing all of these shadows. But anyway, I'm going to let the music play me out. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday. We'll be doing something new. We'll figure it out when we get there. But have a great weekend. Like I said, this is Arts of the Round Table. My name is Mello. God bless you. Love you. Mean it. Until next time, I will draw you later. Bye-bye.